been fortunate to qualify for England Masters for distances from 5k to the marathon for the past 2 years, the last year being a bumper one. Today I was looking to secure another England Masters spot in the female 60 category over the half marathon at Redcar. So we travelled up for the weekend and made our way to the race on Sunday morning.
So Sunday 22nd of September, and this morning we are in Redcar on the very farthest part of Yorkshire before it becomes Durham. So Dawn's here to run the Redcar Half Marathon. Why are you running the Redcar Half Marathon?
Because it's an England Masters qualification race for 2025.
So you need to finish in the top 3 in your age category.
I do indeed, yes.
So we came here yesterday, we studied the course. It basically goes out and back along the seafront behind me. And I'm going to be doing the 10k race and then cheering and supporting Dawn as she tries to qualify for the England Masters.
And it's nice and windy this morning on that lovely seafront.
Yeah, so the ambient temperature is about 15. There's a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, which gives it a bit of a nip. We've not been used to it in the glorious summer we've had in 2024.
So I'm warming up. And just going past me is Steve Morgan from the Jog On channel. On the road that John should be running down anytime soon in the 10k. Certainly breezy going this way. Sadly I missed the warm-up for the 2k race, but they look like they're having fun. So the course is all on the seafront road, going up and down repeatedly with 5 U-turns. Initially I was not looking forward to this, as I tend to like looped courses and knew the wind was going to be head on at some point. However, as it turned out, I did enjoy the out and back course, and it allowed competitors to see who was in front and behind them. For the England Masters competition this was ideal, as competitors were asked to have their age category on their backs and we could then track each other. As is the case with these Masters events, you tend to know who is your competition. Here I am at the start, setting off with one of my rivals. So there was nearly 600 runners today in the half marathon, a number bolstered by England Masters athletes. So I set off in good spirits, ready to enjoy and work hard in this well-regarded race. First mile, 7:15. The first few miles was about settling into pace, and I knew there was at least one rival in front of me. The pace was not feeling as smooth as I would have liked, and put this down to probably having raced the Lake Vyrnwy Half Marathon the weekend before. So I decided to find a pace I felt comfortable to hold for the next 10 miles, whilst tracking my rival in front and anyone else who I could see on the first U-turn. I told myself anyone can push at the end if chasing a position, so I needed to keep a little in reserve.
So I was out on the course following the race. I was really enjoying watching the England Masters competition and indeed all the runners. So it's great to see all those veteran runners with numbers pinned on the back. Some of them local, some of them would come from all parts of the country. We saw people from all the way down in Devon, from Somerset, from Kent, from London, all come up to Redcar to compete against each other and try and grab one of those coveted England Masters spots. As I said earlier, you needed to register on the England Athletics portal and then finish in the top 3 in your age category on the day. And if you did, you would then qualify to run for England Masters against the Welsh Masters in Swansea next year. One final point, you had to reach a qualifying time for your age group, but I've never known people not achieve it, particularly in a stacked Masters field like I was watching in this race.
Mile 3, 7:22.
This half marathon was part of the Redcar Festival of Running, organised by Marske Harriers, and I enjoyed the atmosphere at the start and finish area. So Dawn's out on the course now. It really is one that suits a certain type of mentality. People like running in straight lines up and down. I must say I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure how much she will after going up and down about 3 times. Pleasant as the area is.
Mile 4, 7:21. At mile 4 I decided I needed to put the Insta360 camera away, as I needed my fuller concentration on the race. I was working into the wind and I just needed to go in on myself and tick off mile after mile. I'm the sort of runner who needs to cut out the external stimuli to give my focus to the race, and I needed the ability to do that in this race. It's a very different race experience when you're racing for a position rather than a time. I knew I was in second place unless someone hadn't put an age marker on, and the lady in first was getting further and further away. I knew I just had to hold this position to qualify, as I would definitely be in with the qualifying time. But I wasn't feeling great. Although I had come to Redcar to do a job, and I did have my determined head on. So if anyone got close to me in the latter miles, I was prepared to fight for the position. Although I have to admit I was hoping I wouldn't have to.
I could see that Dawn was remaining strong, and it was good to know that she had one objective in mind, as she said, just finish in those top 3 positions rather than stressing about how fast or slow she was running on the day.
After the first few miles I found myself alone. It's amazing how lonely it can get with nearly 600 people running up and down on the same 3-mile stretch of road.
So Dawn not having a A+ run, but she's grinding it out. In fact, I can just hear by the finish area over there, they're playing Casey and the Sunshine Band, Give It Up. But that's one thing she won't do. Nice segue there.
John was absolutely right, I was not going to give up, as I was now just about 4 miles from the finish with just one long out and back to go, and boy did it feel long. There was great support out on the course, including from fellow YouTubers, those 2 runners, so do go and check out their channel. Finally approaching the finish, and almost certain I'd finished second female 60, so it secured another qualification. Boy was I glad to cross the finish line.
So I went round through the park to find Dawn, who had gone through into the finishing tent. Just a little word here, I mentioned it on my own 10k race video, but I was super impressed with every aspect of the Redcar Festival of Running. So here we are, Dawn's picking up a t-shirt, we also got a medal, a really nice goodie bag in this club organised race. It's fantastic, and if anybody does get the chance to come up and wants to run a half marathon, a 10k, a 5k or even a 2k, then get yourself up to Redcar next September.
Yes, thank you to the organisers for a superb race.
We're finished.
Yes, we did.
I've got an idea, shall we have a jog and go down around the course again?
Probably another 1:38 something, I think. I'm either second or third V60, I think. So we will see. Wait for the results and see where I placed. Did I qualify or did I not? So when the results came out, I was super pleased to see I had finished second female 60, and I did have a qualifying time for England Masters. However, I now have to wait for the confirmation from England Athletics. Interestingly, the race organisers awarded prizes after the winning positions based on age grading. The prizes went quite deep, and I was very fortunate to get a prize in 24th age graded position, a nice voucher for £25. Thank you very much, New Marske Harriers. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, then of course I'd love you to do so. In fact, we would love you to do so. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.